Hey guys, it's Curtis from Level Up FBA. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're hustling as well as per usual. I'm just wanted to do a quick video today going over Q4. Now, Q4 is just around the corner, and it is a massive time of year where your business will go like on steroids. It's absolutely crazy. And I posted in the Facebook group what people would like to know a little bit more about Q4. So some of the questions I'll quickly cover is my Q4 experience. Now, my Q4 experience isn't extensive. I've had one Q4. This is going to be my second. And my first Q4 was effectively when I just not mastered, but I finally understood a bit more about categories and keeper charts and how things work, etc., etc. Now, I've come a bloody long way since. So if I don't have like a 2 times better Q4 than last year, I'm obviously doing something wrong. But so my Q4 experience was really quite overwhelming and underwhelming at the same time. So stock in Q4 goes absolutely crazy. Toys in particular is like the biggest. I personally say, I haven't looked at the metrics, but from like an outsider, I'll probably say toys and groceries are probably like the hottest categories to be selling in. Toys especially because kids want all the toys under the sun. And if you think like console games, I'll still class as a toy effectively in this video. Yeah, my Q4 experience was really good. So I sent in as much stock as I could at that time, and I wasn't really expecting it to be that mad, because everybody was telling me, I was in a few Facebook groups at the time, and everyone was saying to me, oh, Q4 is madness, you'll do absolute bonkers amount of sales. And anything that sounds too good to be true, I always take with a pinch of salt, and I think you guys should too. But believe me when I tell you this, and don't wait until it happens like I did and then think, right, okay, next year is going to be the one. This year is going to be the biggest one, I hope, for you guys who haven't had a Q4 before. Now, stock moves very fast in Q4, and one of the other people in the group said, what is the competition like during Q4? It's, excuse my French, but it's fucking ruthless. Some people live for Q4. Some people will have their business, like another business, sorry, maybe it might be eBay predominantly, or Shopify, or they're working on housing and properties, whatever it may be. And then as soon as Q4 comes around, because people know how good that time of year is to sell majority of things, they'll start pumping loads of units in, and they'll sell over the seasonal period. And as soon as that period's over, they'll go back to what they was doing. And in that time, sometimes you might get people that will jump in with, say, for example, a Barbie. There's currently, right now, combined, maybe 10 people selling it and 50 people in stock. But as soon as Q4 kicks in, people pump in so much stock. The repricing, if you haven't got a repricer as well, I just want to say this now, if you haven't got a repricer, you really need to. I personally recommend Bqool or Bqool, or however you pronounce it. I've still not learned how to pronounce it, but that's my preferred one. There's a link in the description as well if you want to get involved with it. But it's pretty cheap and it does the job and it's so easy to use. But the one thing you do not want to happen is, so let me put it this way, because it's quite hard to explain it actually. But if I'm selling Lego right now, let's say right now Lego's worth £20, but in Q4 it can go up to £40, or in most cases it does sell for £40. Now that's not saying it's going to sell for £40 this year, but I'm going from keepers charts and looking around the last few months of the year and seeing what the average price point has been at. So that's when I'd send in some stock and I'd price it a little bit higher, maybe £40, maybe 38, maybe 35. And you'll get some people that will jump on and start or who have got reprices, and they'll start repricing straight away so they can push their margins. Bear in mind, this is because everyone wants sales in Q4, but they might start at 40 and push themselves all the way down to 30, and then everyone's got reprices on as well, and they'll start selling out very quickly as well, which is good because I look at it as free advertisement. That's how I look at it. So if I'm going to sell something, if I'm going to set my repricer up and say, right, I'm going to sell this box of Lego between 35 and 40 pounds because I've done my research, I'm expecting it to sell roughly between that price, then I'll set my minimums, set my mins, set my max, and leave it. Price aggressively, but leave it. If it bottoms out at 35, leave it. I mean, no rush to sell it. It will sell eventually. However, what you'll do is you'll find that a lot of other sellers are competing against themselves, and some idiots don't even put a minimum that it really prices to. So I've watched sellers before have had like a £40 product and they've pushed it all the way down to like break even, like maybe like £15 because they've not put their minimums on. And where now everybody's repricing, and think about this, there's going to be maybe 30, maybe 40 people on the listing, and if they're all undercutting each other by a penny, and on average it takes a reprice to reprice every 15 minutes, 40p is going down the drain every 15 minutes, effectively. That's how I try to look at it. So you can expect margins to get pushed down quite a lot, but because there's so much demand around Q4, especially for toys and other categories, but let's just talk about toys. Because there is so much demand around Q4 for toys, around Christmas time for toys, the demand is there, supply is there as well, but where people are underpricing each other and sort of cutting each other up and just fucking ruthless, but I love it. But where everyone's sort of throwing knives at each other, the rank's getting stronger because everybody's buying it. It's going to rank better, so it can drop from like a 2,000 ranked toy to like a 500 ranked toy, or 10,000 down to 1,000 ranked toy. And that means it's going to be a more of an active seller. However, once those people have sold out, the price is going to start slowly creeping out. And I watched myself last year that I had two. So I sent in stock. I can't remember what it was. I think it was I can't remember the exact price, but it was the mini SNES. I think it was a mini. No, sorry, it's the LEVELUPFBA dolls. The LEVELUPFBA dolls that I sold last year that were really well. And I sent in 2 units, and then I sent in like a week later on another 2 units, but on separate listings. And the first one I priced really aggressively down to like £80 or something like that, which was like £10 profit for me, which is nothing. Consider I paid £66 each for them. But I repriced it all the way down very low. And I also sent 2 in that were repriced quite high, between I think it was 120 and 140. And I watched everything get fucking hammered over the space of like a week or less than a week even. However, once they all sold out, the prices slowly crept back up, and here I was, little old me. I got 2 LEVELUPFBA dolls in stock. They're brand spanking new, and my price is 120, 140 pounds, and they sold. And I sold all of them. All in all, I think I sold about 10 dolls last year, and only 1 got returned, which was still a big chunk, like 150 fucking quid. But you see what I mean? And I'm sorry if I do blabber on quite a lot. I get very into this. The next question was more capital for Q4. Now, I don't want to touch on this too much because I don't want to give you any sort of financial advice and say, go get a loan, and then you can't repay it because you've got stock tied up. Take a loan out if you think that you can manage the finances, but also manage your inventory over the seasonal period, so that if, for example, you've got 10k from a loan and 7k of it's still tied up in Q4, and Q4's passed, and you can sell it, but it's going to take a little bit longer than you expected, that's where you might be in a little bit of trouble. And I don't want you guys to be in trouble. I want us to all grow together. I don't want to see anybody struggling. Like, if we're struggling, I'm not doing this right. I want you guys to be successful in this. So I wouldn't personally get a loan. I've got a credit card. I've had a credit card now for like a year or something like that. I've only got £5,000 in it, but I've maxed it out, and I always keep it maxed out because I get 0% interest. I pay 0% APR on it, providing that I meet the minimum requirement of like £50 a month. And that for me, the extra 5k really, really helped me boost my business to do what I needed it to do. And it sort of got me to the point where I am now. So because I'm not going to say I've mastered Q4, but I know Q4 well enough now to take a loan out and be able to manage the demand that's going to happen for products. Not manage the demand, but I'm going to be able to analyze deals and charts and see if there's going to be enough demand for these products over the seasonal period that I don't get stuck with, you know, X amount of money tied up because I didn't know what I was doing. I know what I'm doing. So if you're confident that you know what you're doing and you know what products are going to do well, obviously I say that very loosely, but if you know what products you're going to be selling and you've got a good margin on them and it's a once in a lifetime opportunity to buy the stock, then maybe do it. But don't hold your breath on that one. I don't want to give you sort of yes or no. If you can, brilliant. If not, then just make do with what you got and you'll know for next year. Last one was don't follow the hype toys, and I made that mistake last year, touching on the LEVELUPFBA dolls actually, and it was I had the LEVELUPFBA dolls, I had some mini Sega Mega Drives, I think it was, and a few Hatchimals that everyone fucking went crazy over. Now I class these as like hype toys for the reason being is that there is so much hype. They are fucking sold out everywhere for a decent RRP from Argos, for example. Say Argos is selling it for £50, but on eBay, but on Amazon it's going for 150. If parents can't get that stock, if parents can't get that price, and they see Amazon are selling it, and their kids are like, "Oh, I want it, mum," and they're like, "All right, fine, pay 150," and the kid gets it, and then they're like, "Oh, it's pretty shit actually. It is worth 50 quid. It's not worth 150 though," and that's when you start getting refunds quite quickly. There were people that I know of, I don't know personally, but I know of that were very heavily invested in things like hype toys in 2017. And they got, not destroyed, but they've gone from making like a crazy amount of money to all of a sudden, boom, loads of returns were coming back. And it was a bit like, shit. Obviously, you can sell them on eBay and stuff like that, but that's not the point. We want to be selling it on Amazon. What I do anyway. But I personally would get a few. I might get 2 or 3 units of each hype toy, but I wouldn't go deep on them. Definitely wouldn't go deep on them. Something you should definitely think of as well, and this is not related to the question, but something you should also be thinking of as well is that toys rank very, very differently in Q4. So you can have a toy that's right now rank 120,000, and you probably won't ever start looking for that. You probably see that and go, "Oh, it makes 1 or 2 sales a month." But you look in Q4 and you go, "Hold on, wait, but it's making 10 sales or maybe 20 sales in Q4. It's going from 140k rank down to like a 30,000 rank." So if the toy was in a 30,000 rank, you'd buy it, right? Of course you would. So if you can see on your charts that this toy, and this is the best bit because so many people stay away from that, and it's usually cheap to buy. It's usually like, say if it's a rank 130k toy, I might pay £25 for it, but I can maybe sell it for 80. That's just an example, but I might be able to sell it for 80. But people go, "Oh, but it's never going to sell, so I'm not going to buy that," which is fair enough. Any other time of the year, I probably wouldn't touch it with a barge pole. But if I can see during Q4 it's going to do well, then I go, right, okay, not many people are going to have the same idea. I might take 2 of them, 2 or 3 of them, and if I can sell them in the month, or if I can sell all 4 of them, for example, over the entire Q4 and maybe a little bit after, because you get people who are doing not last minute buying, but they refund and get something else. But if I can do that, then I will do that. And that's what you guys should be thinking of as well. You shouldn't be looking at these products that are like top 1% or top 2% or top 3%, because every fucker's doing the exact same thing. So you don't want to be following the crowd. You want to be sort of detouring and then joining back on. But on your detour, learn, find new niches and find different products that you think, hold on, wait, looking at because Keeper's free. Like, I don't understand why so many people don't, even now, so many people don't have Keeper. Why do you not have Keeper? It's the best thing out there. I'm not saying it's 100% accurate by all means. I have about 5 different pieces of software that I use to check prices, and even then I still take it with a pinch of salt. But yeah, I don't understand why people follow these sort of top 1 to 3% toys that have to make a 30% minimum ROI with a minimum profit of maybe £3 or £5. Like, screw that. I've sold toys, or not of that high rank, but I have sold high rank toys before. But I was selling things in electricals that were 25%, no, 20, I think it's 21% ROI, and I was making £2.5 profit on them after fees and VAT and everything like that. But I was selling like 20 a day. It's like 50 quid, or maybe up to 50 quid a day for something that not many people are going to be taking notice of, because they've got their filters, essentially, if you're using the software, so tight that you just don't look at it, or you're so sort of stuck in that mentality of 30%. Got to get this. It's got to be ranked top 3%. So yeah, just play it safe. Don't play it safe, but play it smart and safe this year. Guys, you know I'm very open with anything you guys ask me. Just obviously don't ask me how much I make, but because I don't make that much. But ask questions. Like if you are confused over Q4, or you're confused now, or just something in general, like a bit of software you're using, or how to box up, how to label effectively, how to log anything, like how do you log your transactions, how do you work out profit and that sort of thing, hit me up. I'm in this for the long run. I want this group to be the best group out there. Not the biggest, but I want it to be such a close-knit group where everybody helps each other. I see too many groups where people are in the groups, but they don't entertain. They don't do anything to help each other. So I really want this group to be somewhere where we can go, we can ask questions, get answers, and then help the next person, most importantly. That's all from me. Guys, hope you've enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, I really, really appreciate it if you did like this video and did subscribe, and maybe comment some questions below or whatever. I'd super appreciate it. Guys, stay hustling. Take care. Bye.